Put the kettle on, pour yourself a cup. We've been wild camping down the Beara Peninsula in the southwest of Ireland, and I'm going to tell you the story, how we found our wild camping spot, how you might find somewhere like it, and how we got on. Even this day was forecast to be rain, but the trip was just one of those trips that was destined to be damn near perfect. After all the years we had been trying to get something like this done, a simple forecast of rain simply could not stand against it. Welcome to another episode of Network Camping. Network camping is the simple idea that if you are equipped and determined to leave no trace, then each of us can find beautiful wild camping locations simply by going out and asking among our own network of friends. The idea is not to share the camping locations found by others, but instead to find locations of your own. Not each place for everyone, but some place for each of us. A sunny day in Ireland is rare. What is rare is beautiful. But there's more to it than that. We will camp at a private wild camp location, which we found through friends. But first, I have to pick up my siblings. It's been a long time. When camping locations become too widely shared, they eventually will inevitably draw those who don't care, and so the no camping signs follow the mess as sure as night follows day. Network camping as an idea seeks to avoid this. As we pause along our drive west just outside Glengarriff, no better time to recap some of our best networking camping spots as a reminder of how well this idea can work. This is North Kerry, a neighbour of my in-laws. And this is also North Kerry. This is Gleninch-Gwynn, an old school friend of mine owns this. And this is Gleninch-Gwynn a year later. Absolutely stunning. This wood belongs to a family of a work colleague of mine. Had I not asked around, I would never have found it. Yet it's only 45 minutes from my own home. This plot by the Shannon belongs to the father of another work colleague of mine. And this one, among the trees, just happens to be where I grew up. This one is land used by my uncle, and he managed to get permission from the landowner for us to camp. What a spot. Not far from my home either. There were several others. An episode exists for each, and of course, there are others in more public settings that we began to find along the way too. Beach camps, and so on. Back to this adventure, where the Tres Amigos paused for a cup at a place called Ellen's Rock.
I was alone and a quiver on the boat to ford the river. And all my hands were cold, that mighty river flowing through the old.
My brother lives on the other side of the same city. My sister lives on the other side of an ocean and a continent. We all have kids now, and regardless of distance in our busy families, it seems that the days when the Tres Amigos catch up as just the three of us again are rare. The simplicity of this trip, it seems, is the most complicated thing to achieve.
I held the gold in my hand as I I struggled towards the land. Oh, and this sparrow called me home. The sparrow called me home. I felt the wind was blowing against the course that I'd been rowing. And
Sometimes these roads are a little short of deadly. Mostly they are a little short of incredible. Today they are nothing short of beautiful. It was a long drive, 5.5 hours from Dublin, but what a drive. In many ways, this far out on the peninsula, the country is harsh, more rock than soil, more people hacked to living beneath that rock mining for copper, it seems, than lived on what they could grow above it. And when that ended, they all left these mountains for Montana. Let me keep my description simple because I've seen a lot of the Beara Peninsula. I grew up in it. My parents live at the end of it. My summary of the place is that there is no part of the Beara Peninsula that is not beautiful. I'm not sure, however, that this is a claim to fame among Irish peninsulas. Still, it is my favourite. You can tell by the cut of the rocks along the shore that the calmness here is the absolute exception. I had never seen it quite as calm as this. We were camping on private farmland. After climbing the steep boreen that wound its way through the rocks to the old farmhouse, I really could not believe the view. Even though I know this area, it was ridiculous.
The hill, Shiva. You're just walking up the road now.
They're going to attack us. This is actually kind of scary.
The farmhouse was empty, but the farm was not. The cattle turned out to be no hassle, although the situation was a shout out for the rooftop tenting idea. Their curious eyes, illuminated by our torches in the night, were a little spooky, but in reality, they wandered by without any harm. By night, the lighthouses twinkled, but by morning they were all lost as the sea fog rolled in. It was a lazy morning. Sun gradually lifted the fog, while coffee and a good breakfast did the same for our spirits.
Luckily,
My father walks this walk down by the coast most days. It is literally one of the most beautiful walks around. In summer, it seems to be so pretty I might in fact accuse this place of showing off if I didn't know it any better. Despite the harsh ground, every crack and crevice is a Garden of Eden to the life that survives and thrives around here. Flat cam, not dead cam. There's absolutely nothing dead about this place. If quality is what counts, not quantity, then the quality of time we spent by the fire up here on this wild camp was as much proof as I'll ever need. It's over 30 years since we made this kind of time. It seems as the hours roll by, the years roll back. By the end of it, we were teenagers again at best. Long lost humour and habits eagerly pressed back into service, as if they were simply pulled from the hangar that held them all these years.
Wow, yours is awesome.
Yes and no, but it works for Adam. Because he's not part of the gang, so actually it's better for him.
Keys you up. She's over it.
Yeah,
Train
we
with
got a lovely
folks here.
takeout dinner from Morello's because we couldn't find anyone to hold the kids.
Our paths etched their way into the lens of this short time. The different layers of our far-flung lives began to gather pace as time played its old familiar trick, and all too soon it was over. Don't ask where this is or who owns this. Ask who do you know, who can you ask, and where will your next network camp be?
Look at that. This road is crazy.
The long drive back to Dublin, the change from the peace of the wild Atlantic way to the city pace, was made crueler by the farewells that came too soon, but yet they were made easier by the value of what we had just done. The humour, sibling rivalry, and support and age-old way of minding one another went back on the hanger for next time. It may gather a little dust there on the hanger, but it will not fade. It'll be there any time any of us needs it. A reminder of that was the priceless part of this trip. And don't forget, these are the good old days. Without the kids on this trip, it seems we were the kids again.
Come on, should we put your head in the middle? Yeah, and go like this.
Pair of dopes.
What's that?
What can the magic tractor do?
I don't know.
Drive down the road and turn into a film.
She passed the phone out too.
Filming, Ben.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm filming.
No,
I'm filming.
just thinking I would film.
You're always arguing. Come on now.
I'm just going to go for a walk down here, Robin, okay? Can you hit stop there, Ben?